Oh, joy. The neighbors are screaming again. Everything is exactly as it's supposed to be. Even though, well, I'm an hour late, and my head is full of middle school long division. It's not gonna stop me. Hello everyone, it's showtime. Welcome. Oh shit. Yes, no, it's here. I'm alive. Color's a bit off because of course it fucking is. When is it not? It's always fucking off. Always, damn it. Always such horrid what the fuck now? What? I'm gonna get no goddamn, I'm gonna have a fucking seizure in a moment. God damn it. I got a text asking from somebody who's watching live now if there's any good Irish drinking songs that I know of, and yes, I do know one. You want to search up Big Strong Man by the Blaggards. Shall we listen to it briefly? Might as well, and I'll get to my drinking now as well, too. No. Blaggards. Big Strong Man. You've heard this song.
Have you heard about the Big Strong Man? He lives in a caravan. Have you heard about the Millicunny fight? Oh, what a hell of a night. You can take all the heavyweights you got. We got a lad who can bait the whole lot. Well, he used to ring the bells in the belfry. Now he's gonna fight. Me granny was me brothers.
I am so horribly fucking confused right now.
What's he got? Low 40 medals on his chest.
Better.
Better. The man who's fired on push, just shove, any rope for you and he's got
Get an arm,
lick a leg, and a
punch and a sink about ship.
It ain't all the Army and the Navy. I get the wind of Sylvester. But he's only take a trip to Italy, and he thought that he got.
I have a standing, what do you call it, arrangement, thing I have to do, which is if and when, no, let's go with if, when, no, if, no, hang on, when, fuck if, no if, but when I get back to New Orleans, my old bartender, who's an old good Republican Irishman, and I don't mean American Republican, I mean Irish Republican, a good Irish Republican. He and I are supposed to get really drunk at the bar that his brother used to own. Or we're going to sing this song to a bunch of drunkies. Because who else do you want to sing to? They always love it.
Go by sea, so he jumped out of harbour in New York, and he swam like a man-made shark. Well, he saw the Lusitania in distress. He took the Lusitania on his chest.
Always
he
pirates.
drank all the water in the sea.
Always
And he walked
pirates.
all the way to Italy. That was my
Brother Sylvester.
What's he got?
Over 40 medals on his chest. Killed 50 Batman in the West. He knows no rest. The man who's fired on push, just shove any room for you and me. See, I know this song. And that's not remotely embarrassing. Not in the slightest. Anyway, that bit of copyright forfeit for YouTube ad revenue was done because a friend asked me if I knew any good Irish drinking songs. And in my opinion, that's the best. So, thank you as always, everyone. I was really looking forward to doing an on-time show this week. But, well, the Empress, she had homework. And she needed help. So I helped her with the homework. And we got it done. So I had to kick the show off for an extra hour. And I'm sure no one minds. But yeah, those fat fucking YouTube Google ad revenue stacks, that fat AdSense shit. Gotta love that shit. So fucking, oh man, I'm just rolling in dough. Listen, if I keep it up at the rate I'm going now, I'd say in about 4 more months, I'll be able to buy a Snickers bar. Well, I'll put it on layaway. And then 4 months after that, I'll be able to eat the Snickers bar. It'll be good time. Good times for all. Message highlighted for 380, whatever those bubble thingies are. Great parenting is more important than our satisfaction. I agree. And, well, right now I'm just sort of sorting out if... get these boots off. If mediocre parenting is the same. I am, for the meantime, gonna go with yes. But no, it's been another day. I'll be honest with you. 2020 is fucking annoying. This has been an annoying fucking year so far. It's still very new, so, well, I'm sure it has plenty of time to get worse. But no, it's been big piles of stress. My brother and I are now having to look into and figure out where to and how to put our father into a home. Because he can't take care of himself anymore. Neither of us have the space or room. So there's that. And then there's light troubles at school with Quinn. It always just kind of irritates me because she'd be doing so much better if only she'd had the foundation required in the early years. But the state of New Hampshire didn't think so. But we're making our way through it, and she's a super smart kid. And I motivate her by saying, "Kiddo, if I thought you were a moron, I wouldn't push you at all." Haha. But you're not. So get this damn work done. Oh, and then, of course, the neighbors next door are still screeching and screaming, and it was kind of funny, because Quinn wanted to do her homework in the living room, the studio space behind me. So, while we were sitting there doing math...
I'm kind of retarded.
Oh, thank you for the anonymous sub to Deadwolf, Mr. Anonymous, Tier 1. That's 9 months in a row Deadwolf has been part of our Famalama Flammy... Fucking... Nope, that didn't work out. Also, whatever happened to my Alex Jones? He was up here, but I guess I got rid of it? No. Couldn't have. Maybe I just need to bring it up to the top. Fuck it. We should see it now. But, yes, so, it's been oodles and oodles of loud, noisy fun. But while we're doing the homework out here, she's like, how am I supposed to concentrate with all that noise? And I'm like, yes, I know. Exactly. Now you know my pain, child. Now you know my pain. So, that was fun. And then, of course, well, Manchganistan continues to Manchganistan, as it always does. And also, I watched this really good 3-part documentary on why Dave Rubin is a piece of shit, which I already knew, but it was interesting hearing different reasons for, feeling that way, expressed. But then it reminded me that in this vein of internet commentary, as it was, if you cannot successfully coattail for long enough on one e-celebrity to build up your own e-celebrity, well, then you're going to have to just go to that lowest common denominator thing. And I gotta say, folks, to all of you watching right now, between the 24 over on Twitch and the 8 watching on YouTube, it is actually really nice to know that you guys found that this particular waste of your time is more meaningful and worthwhile than perhaps watching yet another obnoxious Chris Hansen, hey, I'm going to talk to someone about Onision, because, I don't know about you, I haven't heard nearly enough about Onision in the last, well,
I'm kind of retarded.
Forever. Yeah. So, just this guy, man, resubscribed to you, resubscribed. I want to change that so it says resubscribed or subscribed. Tier 1 for 4 months. We love you, Nick. Best waste of time ever. I agree. But, yeah. So, anyway. It's been annoying, but I will say that I hope you share my enthusiasm. I hope you share my perspective when I say that for me, doing these shows is genuinely the highlight of my week. There's no dark, deep, dank level depression that I could reach, that I could not hurl myself out of in the interest of making fun of stupid things and having a laugh with you, the greatest people on the internet. Not just saying that because you give me money, but that definitely helps. That being all said and Jesus, here we go. Sub bomb coming in.
I'm kind of retarded.
Okay, Yami Jackie, Ami Hoa, Amari.
I'll be honest with you.
I'll just let this play.
I'm kind of retarded.
Good, the Alex Jones is coming up now. Good, I do need to change that, even though it is a wonderful fucking gif.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yep. All right, that's 3. If my counting is correct, that means 2 more.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
It's just weird trying to speak over Alex Jones. And the echo is all mine. It is. I still have no idea why it's happening, but I'm okay with it.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
I really have no idea what's causing that, to be honest with you. But I did learn a trick last night. Check this out. Yeah, watch this. It fades. Oh, that's cool, right? Isn't that better than the hard cuts that I was doing before? Yes, this is professionalism at its height. This is the height of goddamn professionalism. So, Yami Jackie, subscribed now for 8 months, was gifted a tier 1 sub by Anonymous, as was Amori. Oh, thank you, Larry. I got Larry's got a better beat on how I'm supposed to be doing this shit than I do. I just now figured out how a fade works. Oh God, I am doomed. We're all so doomed. But Decay Media, 1 month straight at tier 1, Anonymous gifted a sub there. Also MP Stable, MIP Stable, 1 month. Tier 1 sub, and Devious Daemon, 1 month as well. And those, I gotta say, out of all of those, I only immediately recognized 2 names, which is kind of exciting, which means more people might actually be discovering this show and finding out that there's just no point in trying at all, which I will demonstrate in the hosting of tonight's show. So, let's see, we've gotten the sub-bombs out of the way. We've gotten the fact that 2020's off to a kind of rocky start, but hey, it's not like you have an alternative year in your pocket, and if you do, let me know. I'd love to see its contents. I spent the afternoon doing homework. That was fun. Oh, but tacos last night were quite good. They were the highlight of the night, which was only slightly brought down by the Democratic debate, which, in case you missed it, I did stream over on my channel with the same chroma key Candyland background that I feel the Democrats would just altogether deserve. And then to get up and to see all of the screeching was so much fun. So much fun. But all the same. So let's see. Let's say 8ish 20 now. Let's get into some fucking weird shit. Let's get down. Let's get the weird shit on. Love that. Loving me that weird shit. Can't get enough of it. Nope, not at all. So no fade, just a hard cut. That's right. Bang. You guys gotta. You take it. You take that bang. Kansas man asked judge to let him engage in sword fight with ex-wife, her lawyer. I'm wondering if... See, this is what I hate about poorly worded headlines. Is this a headline saying that a Kansas man asks a judge to let him engage in a sword fight with his ex-wife and her lawyer? Or is her lawyer saying that he wants to sword fight his client? Or are the lawyers going to do the sword fighting? I don't know. I just don't know. But all the same, let's see, a Kansas man has requested that an Iowa judge grant him a trial by combat so he can engage in a sword fight with his ex-wife and her attorney. Ah, cool. Okay, now that's clarified. Is he gonna double katana that shit? Is he gonna be Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles, fighting his ex-wife Bridget Ostrom of Harlan, Iowa, and her attorney Matthew Hudson? Now, David Ostrom, 40, of Powell, Kansas, said that Bridget and her attorney Matthew have destroyed him legally, according to a January 3rd court filing the Des Moines Register reported. Haha, bigger things happening in Des Moines than a fucking debate, huh? He asked the Iowa District Court to give him 12 weeks to find a katana and wakizashi swords for his requested battle. I like how he didn't just it wasn't just some bullshit. He goes into court and be like, "Can I sword fight this bitch?" He's like, "No. I need 12 weeks to find the correct Hattori Hanzo katana and wakizashi set to slay the demon bitch and her lawyer boy once and for all." Per the Carroll Times-Herald, which first reported the request. Well, I love how they spatter these headlines, and you're like, "Mom loses legs, nearly all her fingers after contracting deadly sepsis infection after a fucking sword fight with the wrong katana." To this day, trial by combat has never been explicitly banned or restricted as a right in the United States, David Ostrom argued in court records. He said it was used as recently as 1818 in British court. Well, I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'm no legal expert. I'm no lawyer here, but I don't know. I kind of get the feeling. I think he's got this bitch and her lawyer dead to rights. Be surprised if the judge said, "No, you cannot fight this court case out with katana swords. You have to use broadswords. Who the fuck do you think you are? This isn't Kill Bill, bitch. Get with the program." He said it was used as recently as 1818 British court. The couple has been engaged in court disputes over custody and visitation rights, as well as property tax payments. I can see why slicing someone up with a sword is something this dude's thinking about. David Ostrom said his motion also stemmed from frustrations with Hudson, who argued that because a duel could end in death, quote, such ramifications likely outweigh those of property tax and custody issues. I don't know. Yeah, fight abroad with a skinny sword. Fight a skinny with a broadsword. Fight a basket case with a basket hilt broadsword. The combinations are endless, is what I'm saying. It should be noted that just because the
I'm kind of retarded.
Get to that in a moment, Just Goose. It should be noted that just because the U.S. and Iowa constitutions do not specifically prohibit battling another person with a deadly katana sword, it does prohibit a court sitting in equity from ordering same. Hudson wrote, trying to disguise the fact that he had peed just a little bit in his court pants at the realization that David had already been training while Hudson was in law school and representing harlots in the Iowa court system. David was training with the blade while Hudson was out seeing Avengers Endgame. David was training with the blade. I do love this story. He asked the court to suspend David Ostrom's visitation rights and undergo a court-ordered psychological evaluation, leading to Ostrom asking for pistols at dawn against the attorney, I would say. Judge Craig Dreesmer said in a Monday court filing that he won't issue a decision anytime soon, citing irregularities with both sides' motions and responses. I've been in family court for 11 years. It never occurred to me to ask for a trial by combat. And having gone through more motions, more hearings, more filings, more accusations, more bullshit in family court than just about anyone else I literally know. And when I say that, I mean because in 11 years, my case packet, filling up with accusations, got to the thickness, I'm not kidding you, of a fucking city phone book. Trial by combat never entered my mind, and I love the fact that this judge is like, I'm not gonna rule on this right away. I gotta think about it. Like, you have to. You're gonna give this some thought. You're gonna. This is what I get for living in New Hampshire. I mean, around here, everything is so backwards and out of date. I could probably be like trial by combat, and they'd be like, family court is combat in the worst horrible way possible. It is true, Dina. Family court is an abomination. Family court is it's an outright and unquestionable just stain on the very concept of jurisprudence. It's a wretched thing. But all the same, I never thought to fight anyone with a sword. Probably because of the metal detectors. It's like, damn it, I would have totally brought my katana and wakizashi and my full samurai armor down to court to show the judge I was serious. If only it wasn't for them fucking metal detectors. Nah. Seriously, Nick, our lawyers fight now instead of doing things logicality to change my career. Pistols at dawn for custody. I'm all about it. Crab highlighted a message. Nick, do it Tyrion Lannister style. What? Get a guy who should beat the guy who he really wants to kill and then have him die horribly? Sorry, spoilers, but honestly, at this point, who gives a fuck? No! I would do it my damn self. Also because I'm the best swordsman in the entirety of the New Hampshire court system, I think. I can say that with confidence because no one's ever challenged that claim. So, you know what, Skull Maggot? You're absolutely right. This white dress shirt, it's just totally not appropriate without the rest of the attire. I will be right back. And I do thank you all sincerely for your patience. If I had known I would be reporting as thoroughly on this particular story as I appear to be, I would have donned my official New Hampshire Family Court gear. There we go. And, of course, brought along my lawyer. Everyone meet my lawyer. This is my lawyer. He was the sharpest kid in class. It works. Holy shit. My brain is totally not, it's not dead yet. This is good. This is good fucking armor band. Holy shit. Ow. That didn't even hurt. I just said ow as a instinctual reaction. It's fucking amazing. This is great. Anyway. And yes, if anyone's curious, I got this when I was like 17. And it is fucking Duncan MacLeod's fucking Highlander katana saber. Which in hindsight, I kind of wish I'd gotten a Gladius. That would have been a bit better. But, hey, you know, you gotta send me that image and I can have more armor. Send you what image for more armor? You're gonna have to remind me of shit. There's been a lot of shit going on. I forget shit really easily. Yes. Oh. I'll check Twitter after the show because I've got nothing but incognito windows open because directly after the show, I'm gonna hack the DNC server and blame it on the Russians. Anyway, so this is a story that happened. This man wants to fight his ex-wife and her lawyer with a sword. The lawyer is saying, no, you can't do that because I'm scared. And the judge is saying, you know, I don't know. Let's not be too hasty in making these judgments here. The drinking horn is actually up in the cabinet, and I'm leaving it there until I get a good brush to clean it with, because I realize that these giant hands of mine can't actually get anything to clean it properly out with, and the last thing I drank was wine. which I cleaned it out pretty well, but I noticed that after that, if I drank anything else, it still had a little taste of wine, which is okay, but I want to get it properly clean. Yeah, so what's up next? Well, I hope you guys are ready. I hope your loins are as girded as my hat is. This is a nice coif. Yeah, Aish 74. This was made actually by one of my friends and a regular viewer and sometimes audience guest member of the show, Ben, who he did a really good job. He made this shit, like, handmade this, and it is fucking lovely. It really is. So, Ben, you're getting some love by Aish over on YouTube there. So cool. What else going on? All right, you guys all gotta get ready though. This next one, this next story is a doozy. It's not good. You're not gonna like it. But kiwi pizza labeled unholy abomination, but some can't wait to try it. I'm on both sides of that. I'm on both sides of this divide. On the one hand, I keep getting fucked up because this little, like, this part here doesn't line up. I don't know what I did wrong. Yeah, anyway. Yep. Kiwi on fucking pizza. Somebody's like, pineapple's not enough. Let's put a fucking kiwi on there. I'm willing to try it. Now, if y'all want to hear a funny story about weird artisan pizza, ordering weird shit on the artisan pizza and the lengths people I don't like were made to go to make that pizza for me, even though they had to go and do shit I didn't really want. And yeah, I'm right there with you, BBB, but I'll be honest, I don't think this is a good idea at all. I don't think it's a good idea at all, but I do love kiwi. So, you told Quinn how she could fix it? Yeah, she had mistakenly left her necklace at her mother's house. So, she still got it and loves it. But she left it behind because that's what she does. Because she's an artist and she forgets shit all the goddamn time. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'd try this, honestly. I think I'd try this. I really do. I don't think I'd like it. But I'd try it. You know? Now, there was a time not long ago when I was eating pizza prepared by a guy who was slow. Started way back in history with a pizza with chicken and waffles, just for me. So I went to a pizza shop where I may have been having sex with the hostess. And I ordered chicken and waffle pizza because they had it, and I said, that sounds unusual. I'll give it a try. Now, it turns out it was like waffle fries and chicken bits on a pizza. And it was actually quite good, but what they're used to doing is putting maple syrup on it. Now, this particular night, there was a very bad snowstorm. Very, very bad snowstorm. Lots of snow. It was all over the place. And in the course of the snowstorm, their delivery boy, who may have been trying to date or dating a girl I was having sex with at the time, was sent to walk 2.5 blocks through, actually no, more like 3 blocks, through this blizzard to fetch maple syrup for my pizza, even though I didn't want it. I could have put a stop to that, but I didn't, because I am what we in the industry call a terrible, terrible human being. And I stand by that. Now let's find out more about this kiwi pizza adventure. It doesn't even look good. I mean, pineapple on pizza has a certain aesthetic that you can forgive and accept. And I've even had it, and I'll say, it is not the horrible abomination that a lot of people make it out to be. It's not good. I just don't like the texture. It's too chunky, chippy sweetness. It mixed with ham does work, but I'm not a fan. But this, I don't fucking know. This looks wrong. This looks like a mistake. Once again, fruit is on pizzas dividing the internet. The age-old pineapple argument is known, but the all-new kiwi pizza, which a Reddit user found at a Danish pizza, the fucking Danish, I should have goddamn known it, described as an unholy abomination. The large, thin crust pizza has the traditional tomato sauce and a cheese base with several slices of kiwi spread out on top. Yes, we can see that. We can see that in Amaya Archibald. Thank you. The idea of a kiwi pizza, actually she might be writing that out to describe it to the blind while they read her article in Braille on the fucking internet. The idea of kiwi pizza has divided many Reddit users with 429 comments all expressing varied opinions on the culinary invention but agreeing that the Jews will not replace us. Fuck, wrong subreddit. Sorry guys, my bad. One angry user said, I find it hard to believe there's freaks out there who would even do this. What a fucking sick world we live in. I agree. It looks like the pizza has cancer. Am I right? Another added, this makes me unreasonably angry. I can accept pineapple. I'm not a fan, but I can understand the appeal. What even is this shit? A third wrote, this is wrong on so many levels I've lost count. Well, we can count the slices of kiwi on there. That should give us... I gotta say though, you look at this picture of a pizza, of a Hawaiian pizza with ham and pineapple, and you're like, eh. And you compare it to this fucking horror show. Maybe this is, you know what this is? This is brinksmanship. That's gotta be what this is. This is pizza brinksmanship. Somebody really likes...
I'm kind of retarded.
Thank you, Larry, for that. I'll get to that in just a moment. Somebody likes pineapple on pizza a lot. And they're sick of people talking shit, so they decided to up the ante and do this. So that everyone then looks at this, like even me, who I don't like this, but I would actually want to eat this now after seeing that previous thing. It's pretty fucking clever. One adventurous user, I don't know, I mean, this particular pizza looks bad, but I kind of want to try the combo. Another agreed with the sentiment. Said, yeah, I'm curious if it would taste how I'm imagining it, which isn't too terrible, I suppose. Many outlined other examples of popular dishes that mix fruit with savory items such as cheese and grapes. One wrote, I could almost taste the combined flavors of cheese and kiwi, its saltiness, its sweetness, its tartness, respectively. Like, it could be a good flavor combination, much like that of cheese and grapes or berries. Another person defended the combination and revealed their unique use of fruit in their cooking. Kiwi has an extremely mild flavor. I use it to tenderize meat due to a low taste profile and high acidity. Now I'm intrigued, not by the pizza, but by using kiwis to tenderize meat. That's fucking clever. I like that. One user wasn't surprised at all by kiwi on pizza, noting that a pizzeria in his hometown regularly uses apple and oranges as pizza, hence we need to nougat from orbit just to be safe. Many commenters also said that Denmark is not the only Scandinavian country which has the reputation for unusual pizza toppings and surrender to German authorities. Several Reddit users wrote about an infamous...
I'm kind of retarded.
I name a son. I name a son. In name a son. Twitch Prime. Subscription. Big ups. Woot woot. I can't believe we said that. Someone come and fucking send the hitman. Now. Send the best hitman you got. Several Reddit users wrote about an infamous Swedish banana curry pizza, which is often garnished with peanuts. That is so fucking weird, I want to try it. Banana curry pizza with peanuts. Damn it. Skull Maggots off to bed. Well, Mahatma Gandhi, my friend, have an excellent evening. That is curious. It's banana curry pizza with peanuts. It's so fucking strange. I almost feel like I have to try it. One user said all pizza places in Sweden have something along the lines of sauce, cheese, curry, chicken, banana, and peanuts. It's a goddamn travesty. If you're from New Zealand, it's probably no different to cucumber and sweet corn on chicken. What the fuck? Alright, these people are fucking weird. So let's do a little bit of catching up. Goose donated $10 reduce saying, I hate Dave Rubin because he's just so boring. I agree. I think anyone is entitled to their own political odyssey. Otherwise, how could I convince others that I was right all along? He cannot seem to convince anyone without being a smugger version of Ben Stein. See, that's the thing. He's not trying to convince anyone of anything, Goose. Here's the thing you have to understand about Ruben. Doesn't give a fuck about what you think. Doesn't give a fuck about what he thinks. Doesn't give a fuck about what his guests think. He just gives a fuck about how the expression of what certain people think on his show, and how he can cater to a certain demographic that he knows will continue giving him money no matter what, as long as he continues towing the line, what they think about giving him money. This is why he tried coattailing on Milo so hard, going out on tour with him briefly until his whole little, like, well, it's okay if the kids are raped, kind of thing going on. And then after that, coattailing on Jordan Peterson until Jordan Peterson had to go to rehab. So, Dave Rubin is an empty vessel. He is like he's like one of those antique glass bottles that you never wanted and someone picked up at a thrift store for you, and that you can never seem to get rid of. And it always wants to be where you can see it. So long as you put money into it. I don't know. But he's a charlatan and a grifter and a piece of shit, and I agree, and I don't like him either. And he's not funny. This is the problem I have too with the culture war, like the culture war pundits who call themselves comedians, right? Like, I try to be funny. I probably have a mediocre go at it at best. But Steven Crowder is not funny. Dave Rubin is not a comedian. These people are not funny. Marcus, right? Dankula, he's funny. Got a half-decent stand-up set. Not too bad. That's funny. But Rubin is not funny. Crowder is anti-funny. Not anti-comedy. He's just not funny.
I'm kind of retarded.
So, anyway, that's a bit of a thing. Crab just donated $3. Honestly, I think I would try that kiwi pizza just to be a contrarian and piss some people off. In any case, food is food, and people will always pay money for food. Does anyone want to go to a restaurant business with me? You know, I'll say this much to the Crab. The only thing funnier than that, you try this kiwi pizza like just to be a contrarian, and then you discover you really love it. And then you find yourself just constantly on the outskirts of polite conversation simply because you become the guy who's known as the guy who likes kiwi pizza, despite all of the people who judge you never trying it. Now that's a fucking plot twist right there. So, well, that being the case, let's see here. What do we got from Larry Koibiak? God damn, what the fuck is wrong with this fucking YouTube connection? Jesus Christ. Let's try this again, shall we? Oh, and now I can use my fancy, if I ever get it right. I gotta set it up ahead on my fancy ass transition. Let's see what Deuce Bigelow. No, Gigolo's got.
TJ, thank God you're here. How'd you find me? It's the only chicken and waffle place in all of Holland. So a black man's got to be at a chicken and waffles place. That's racist. But you are here. Yeah, but figuring it out is racist. That's a nice place. Did you know Holland invented chicken and waffles? Really? Before that, you can only get chicken or waffles. But they were the first to put them together. Black people all over the world would be forever grateful to the Dutch for that.
You do know the Dutch started the slave trade.
Those motherfuckers!
Well, that was fun. Well, thank you for that, Larry Kubiak. It's easy to forget that movies that put the team of Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider together are not always as horrible as you remember them. They've sometimes got some decent kind of jokes just sprinkled in there. Rob Schneider's an anti-vaxxer. He's also an anti-comedian. But speaking of comedians, David Chappelle. Oh yeah, David Chappelle. He's endorsing. He's on the Yang Gang now. He's Yang Gang. Chappelle is Yang Ganging, saying, "Let's do this for our kids." He just wants $1,000 a month. Let's watch this promotional video. Kill time. And yes, the Portuguese industrialized.
And I like it because I feel more independent. I feel more like I'm in charge. Like I really have something that's my own.
Dividend, give me that money, give me that US bank card. Don't even just give me cash. I'll buy Snickers bars, all of those Snickers bars and Mars bars too, with M&M's, skills and M&M's to the end of days. With my freedom dividend in the know, buying candy with $1,000 from Andrew Yang, gang. Ooh.
From
That's
the
right.
Democratic debate in Des Moines, Iowa. This was it. The last time.
Fuck is this? Shut the fuck up. It's what you do immediately. Anderson Cooper's Scooper Pooper. Listen, we don't need to listen to Big Daddy Bernie, the fact that he got snubbed on a handshake by a fucking walking member berry. Hey guys, you remember when I was really about, progressive vision of the future. Well, now I'm like whatever the fuck it takes to get elected. I'm Hillary. I'm like Hillary if Hillary ever stepped foot in a public library. I did that once. Did you know they let the homeless in there? It's so nice of them. That's why I want to tax Wall Street. Anyway, Dave Chappelle has officially joined the Yang Gang, bitch. Comedy legend announced his presidential endorsement on Tuesday, telling fans he'd be supporting the entrepreneur Andrew Yang in 2020. Yeah, I'm Yang Gang. Not without the belch, though, of course. The Chappelle Show comedian said in a statement released by the Yang campaign. Thank you, Dave Chappelle, and welcome to the hashtag Yang Gang. You are the best. Let's do this for our kids. Yang wrote on Twitter along with a photo of the two men. Cool. All right, great. Chappelle recently received the prestigious Mark Twain Prize for Humor. And congratulations to Dave Chappelle on that. Who, as the special, I mean, he was a comic genius, there's no denying that when it came to Chappelle's show. And, and I mean, top tier, but especially after his recent specials, I'm growing to a point where I'm starting to think he is possibly, maybe the best stand-up comic of our generation. This generation right now. I mean, I say maybe just because I'm hard-pressed to think of anyone who's better. And I mean, of course, it's a subjective thing. Comedy is different for everybody. But Dave Chappelle is a fucking genius. An absolute beast of one, too. Sort of, I'd like to say he inspires me, but then I would be sullying his inspirational powers. How about that? Doug Stanhope is pretty great, but not one of the best. See? Doug Stanhope is great. He's fucking phenomenal, but not the best. See? In my opinion. My humble opinion. Yeah. I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, you could think back even too. Like, I would rather attend a Dave Chappelle show than a Carlin show. And that's not to disparage Carlin by any means, but simply to highlight my respect for Chappelle. See, part of me is tempted to say Ricky Gervais, but his stand-up is kind of dry for me. It's not great. It's not bad. It's not great. Anyway, he'll be performing 2 stand-up shows in support of Yang later this month. Both shows take place in South Carolina, crucial early voting state in the 2020 primary. Oh boy. Okay, I know we're a little tired. We're a little tired, I'm sure, of election prediction shit, but let's ask ourselves this. Who does an Andrew Yang take votes away from in terms of the big top 4? Really? That's true. Carlin did script every word. And I mean, it's just different styles in that sense. But, I mean, the other thing I like about Chappelle, right? He'll do a 2.5 hour special, right? And then he'll just hang out with the audience. Doesn't matter the venue. It could be a fucking stadium. It could be a nightclub. He'll spend 3 hours or so more just hanging out with them, making jokes, man, talking about them, taking their questions, talking with them, like, not even like talking down to them, and I don't mean like in a demeaning way, but like talking as though it was like, he speaks to them not so much like he's the comedian and they're the audience. It's just he's just in the conversation and he happens to have a microphone. So he's the one with the microphone, but he's just another guy in an open conversation in a room. And he happens to have some jokes that he can make along the way. I like that. And I'd totally go to a Gervais show. I'm not even saying Gervais isn't good. I think Ricky Gervais is a fucking genius, and I think his stand-up is really good as well. This is the thing I love about comedy, right? It takes a lot for it to be genuinely and authentically bad, right? We've seen that, like, Dad's Google history. And even with that, right, like, you know, that woke bullshit that was coming out over the last couple of years. On the one hand, I've seen a few jokes that were kind of clever. And on the other hand, too, even if I don't like it, and I don't laugh at it, right, and I don't find it funny, and I think it's garbage, if it makes somebody else laugh, then it's good. It's a good thing. It makes somebody laugh. It elevates their spirits. It gives them, like, you know, a reason to smile and have a chuckle. And even if I don't get it and I don't like it or I don't agree with it, it's not from me. And that's fine. And if it brings that to someone else, even if it just brings it to the comedians themselves, really, honestly, like, that's a good thing. But, like, yeah, like Ricky Gervais, for instance, you were so happy when you found out Chappelle's 4-hour set of one of the times he did that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing. You can watch the set, you can watch the special, right? And that's fucking great. And then when you find, like, the semi-online bootleg video, whatever you want to call it, of him just hanging out, you're like, oh, shit, I get more of this shit? I'm so lucky. So, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Ricky Gervais, like, I think he's funny. I like his shit. It's a bit dry, his jokes. I gotta be in the right mood for it. Like Eddie Izzard, too. Eddie Izzard's earlier performances were a bit more biting, but his humor continues rolling along in the way that it has, and I like that. But honest question, though. Like, just political, though. So let's say somehow Dave Chappelle proves to be a huge draw for Andrew Yang in terms of electoral support. Who's he drawing that support from? Because I could see if this actually works out in South Carolina and it actually boosts Yang's numbers, that it boosts Yang's numbers out of the pocket of motherfuckers like Biden and possibly Warren, because Bernie Sanders people are fucking cultists. I said it. There you go. But yeah, this could ultimately help Bernie, yo. In which case, I'll say once again, this will be like last sort of election shit I offer you. But Yang's not going to be president. He's not going to win this fucking election. But I hope he sticks the fuck around. I really do. I like him. He's smart. He's engaging. He's intelligent. He's fun. And he's got ideas that will really fuck the whole status quo up if they're allowed to get roots. So I hope when he fails to get the presidential nomination, he rolls all this political capital he's got into a Senate run. I want to see him run for the Senate. Also, because if people like him, you take people like Sanders, you take people like AOC, right? You don't even have to like Democrats, you don't have to like liberalism, whatever, but these are the kind of people who can fuck up the Democratic Party, who could shake up that establishment bullshit, which makes it so fucking tiresome, and annoying, and gives us people like Hillary Clinton, you know, and foists fucking people like Nancy Pelosi on us, you know. Like I want to see that burn one way or the other. And it'd be fun. And also, Tulsi, I'm going to go see Tulsi tomorrow. She's going to be down at my music hall. I'm going to go find out how she liked the book that I gave her that I'm sure she didn't read. Although, if she actually gives me spit some quotes back at me, I'd be impressed. Because I like to picture her in, like, you know, a nightie Nice big, high thread count sheets. Living literally in Goffstown. She rents property less than 20 miles away from me. I know that because I've been in the bushes outside. I've stolen some of her garbage. She really likes store brand tomato paste. But sniffing the laundry. That's right. But yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing is like these people with new and different ideas. I want to see them stick around. I want to see them fuck these parties up because the one thing I hate more. Oh no, I can't say that. I hate literally everything. Okay. The one thing I hate more than... No, I hate everything equally. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Anyway, Dave is one of the most important voices in the country today, and I'm thrilled he's thrown his support behind this campaign, Yang said in his campaign statement. He and I share similar concerns about the future and hope for what it could be.
I'll be honest with you.
Whoop!
I'm kind of retarded.
Fucking love you to death, Larry Kubiak. Look at you coming in here and fucking this whole thing up like you're Andrew Yang trying to fuck this whole Democratic Party up. I love you, buddy. That's perfect, too, because that gives me enough... That's a break so I can make sure that the weirdo in the other room is actually in bed. She's going to be in bed. She's got school in the morning. And I'm a responsible parent who happens to be wearing chainmail. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Yang said his campaign statement. He and I share similar concerns about the future and hope what it could be. We're also parents who want to see the world that we're leaving to our kids and believe they deserve better. I don't. I personally think the big money empress would be better served if she could have to fight her way through a apocalyptic wasteland to become queen of the ashes. I would rather she be queen of the ashes than a peasant in a utopia. I've staked my claim as a parent and I stand by it. Also because apocalyptia, well, if she can survive it, that means I can too. Be a Mad Max thing. We'll drive hybrids because gas will be rare. The endorsement isn't a surprise to Yang, who landed 6th place in Politico's latest Democratic Party poll. The New England Cable News told the New England Cable News last week that he and Chappelle recently met to discuss the campaign. God damn it, Andrew Yang! That's why I need to run for president, not so that I can get elected. So I can hang out with Dave Chappelle and Donald Glover. Yang has received endorsements from numerous celebrities in recent weeks, despite not polling well enough to qualify for January's Democratic debate in Des Moines, Iowa, where he too could be accused needlessly by CNN of things he never said, simply so that the CNN reporter who actually happened to have a really tight in with the campaign she was trying to boost and used to be a Hillary Clinton person could get a little more boost. Fuck you, CNN. But yeah, Donald Glover and Ken Jeong and Weezer's lead singer Rivers Cuomo. Rivers Cuomo is not an endorsement I would promote personally, just because that's a weird one to explain. That's sort of like that's like being endorsed by Alan Watts. It's like Russell. That's like Russell Brand fasts for 6 days and is delirious and is like, oh, I really like this candidate. I feel he's the one who can bring us to a better place in which all of our chakras can be lubricated in the sort of way, we need them to be lubricated. Chakras are not very lubricated, and we need them. I did heroin for 7 years, and now I'm a guru on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The issue of Yang's campaign focused on the freedom dividend, a form of universal basic income that would provide $1,000 per month to every American over the age of 18. I told Quinn only half of that. I told Quinn he wants to give $1,000 a month to everybody. Now she thinks he's great. I'm just waiting for her to really build up her hopes. Then first smash them by saying, you gotta be 18. Then smash them again being like, by the time you're 18, Andrew Yang still won't be president. All the same. We're getting in there. All right. So I got one more thing I want to share. It's a quick hit thing too. First thing for one thing, and this is kind of it's a personal bitch. It's a gripe. It's something I'm upset about. Something I can't fucking speak enough about. Here in New Hampshire, we have a housing problem. It's not a housing shortage problem, but it's a lot like the California thing. We have a housing problem. We have an affordable housing problem. Nobody can afford to fucking rent the places that we have. And if you can, you live somewhere better. Now, despite this, the city and the state, in that typical New Hampshire fashion, likes to just pretend that if they just pretend there's not a problem, the problem will go away. And yes, the rent is too damn high. But in this case, it's actually true. So, like, here's the thing. People are like, oh, why don't you get a different apartment? Here's the thing. I'm not... Well, fuck it. I'll just say it outright. I have roughly an 800 square foot apartment. It's a 2-bedroom. Not bad. Nice, kind of decentish location. Great view out the back. This is a nice place for where it's at. It's got its problems, but I pay $9.50 a month. Heat and hot water are included. If that sounds like a phenomenal deal to you, it's because it fucking is. Throughout the city of Manchester, the median income, that meaning the average between all the people who live here, is $56,000. Now, this median is actually derived averaging between literal millionaires who live on the outskirts of town in gated communities and on the north side and the south side and along all the border sides with all these really nice houses, so much so to the point where most newspapers actually have an entire column online dedicated to looking at their fabulous houses. And then literally everyone fucking else, right? Now, the sick thing, and this is going up, is that the average price for a 2-bedroom with nothing included in this town, in order to afford that and live within your means, no savings, but just to afford life, you need to make 113% of that. What? 113% of $56,000 for a city which is drowning in heroin. And it's so bad, and I shit you not, Cops was going to film an episode here in Manchester, and they were partially done with it. And then the city shut it down because it didn't want the rest of the country seeing what this piece of shit city's really like. But nevertheless, despite the fact that the people who live here can't afford to move anywhere else, we have a burgeoning homeless problem, only one shelter, which is constantly well over capacity, and junkies dying and ODing in record numbers in our parks on a daily basis. Well, a 160-unit apartment building getting zoned for not in Manchester. Brady Sullivan Properties received key approvals to build a 160-unit apartment building the company said would help meet the demand for upscale apartments in the city. There is no fucking demand for upscale apartments in this shitbag city. No one can fucking afford them, and when you can afford them, you move somewhere more interesting. You get the fuck out of this shitty brick city. Where they're literally, it's so shit here, we couldn't even hold on to a fucking minor league hockey team. They moved to LA, where it's interesting. It's fucking hell. It's a great city right off of Queen City Ave. That's another funny fucking thing to say. That's another really funny thing to say. Because the thing is that this is going to be the view for half of the people. This giant fucking industrial complex. Just, I can't wait to, like, get out. And can you imagine how awesome that would be? You know, you're making, like, a nice fat 6 figures maybe in the tech sector. You got yourself a deluxe sort of high-rise luxury condo, upscale condo, just in the city, nearby the downtown area. You can hit downtown clubs, get yourself heroin, get stabbed, whatever you want. But, you know, you get to wake up and look out your floor-to-ceiling bedroom windows as you stretch in that morning stretch and open your eyes to see the glaring and blinding reflection of the gray sky off of a flat white roof of a fucking industrial hub. Way to go, Manchester. You never cease to amaze me. Oh, Christ. Yeah, Dunbar Street. This is also where a lot of people get shot. Yep, it's right by the Velcro Company. So, Company. This is the Velcro Company. Here's the funny thing. Queen City Ave, right? Yep, right there. Okay. If you move a little up here, I mean, it's kind of hard to see. You guys, well, you know what I'll do? I'll do that fantastic transition to a bigger screen. Still, I know you're probably having trouble seeing it. But this little dick-shaped turd thing in the corner here. Now, that is one wing of what is now a rehab. That rehab was previously a really shady motel with a bar in the center where people used to get roofied all the fucking time. This lot right here, actually this building right here, this building right here, that was a college where I studied criminal justice in the hopes of becoming Batman. Didn't work out. But all the same, this is where the now defunct, closed down, uncredited college that still makes it so that I owe $20,000 in student loans for a degree that's fucking useless and not credited. Well, that's where that is. They make Velcro here. And this is where they want to put these luxury condos. Now, the fun thing is, you see this river here? Well, all up under this here bridge and all along this green-laden riverbank, people do heroin. This is where they go to do their heroin. They go to do their heroin, they drink their Mad Dog 2020s. Now, you might be asking yourself, Nick, why are you bringing this up? I don't give a fuck. What's funny about this? Well, just a reminder, I don't know, it just sort of dovetails, I feel, really nicely with the fact that even though we have, like I said, one homeless shelter that is constantly over capacity, we've got people dying in record numbers in our parks, so much so that the BBC, as I've shown on this channel, has made a documentary about how awful the city's heroin and fentanyl epidemics are. About the fact that this city is so fucked up, it didn't want an episode of Cops being shot here because it was worried that people would see, and that they think that building luxury condos by a river, which I will point out, living on the riverbank here, I live considerably upstream from this. Like, all of the nasty shit that falls into this river from the city falls in just north of that bridge. It does not smell good down there at all. But they spent $130,000 putting down fake brick crosswalks. They put these things down like 3 months ago. And now they're all getting fucking torn up. They're all... Oh, I hate this place and my life in it. Anyway. Well, so that's the thing. That's the thing what happened. It's the thing what happened in a place that I live. Fucking Jesus fucking Christ. I hate YouTube so much right now. It's a shit app. So what we're going to do is, this came by way of Larry Kubiakos. He's my resident Kubiakistan. It's my boy. I love my Larry Kubiaks. Now, I'm going to give you all an instant invite, both over on YouTube and over on Twitch. If you guys want to jump into the Discord waiting room, you go right ahead and do so. There we go. Yeah, y'all jump in the waiting room there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this for you. I'm going to play this shit for you. And then there might be a little bit of a wait because I got to just make sure the kiddo's in bed and make sure everything's fine. But I will be right back, and when we proceed with the second half of the show, I'll hang out with some of y'all. Maybe you guys can come with some shit you wanna talk about, some things you wanna laugh about, whatever it might be. In the meantime, enjoy this. It's the chats, it's the clap, it's from Larry Kubiak, and I'll be right back with y'all shortly.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, look. Yeah, you're just gonna have to cut it off. Alright, I gotta say something. Alright, see ya. How can I help you? Well...
Last week, pulled a root in the back of my ute. I was cautious, double wrap, but I still got the clap. I've got the clap, he's got the clap. I've got the clap, he's got the clap. So I went to the clinic. Doctor said, mate, you fucked. Then he told me what I had. Turns out I've got the clap. I've got the clap. He's got the clap. I've got the clap. He's got the clap.
Bloody hell. I think it's fixed it. Oh, let's have a look. All right. You ready? Yeah. It's beautiful. I can't believe it, is it? It's breathtaking. I've never seen anything like it.
Hanging out, having a punt. 'Cause my rent's due at the end of the month. Getting hungry and banging a feed. Something greasy, gravy and beef. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pump feed. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pump feed. Bowl of chips, tomato sauce. Can't get enough, I'm begging for more. 'Cause I came here at 5:45. And I ain't gonna leave till I get my fix. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pump feed. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pump feed. Chicken schnitty. Parmigiana. Rump steak. Medium well. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pump feed. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pump feed. All I crave is a good pump feed. All I crave is a good pub feed. One, two, three, four.
All right, gonna be a little bit more playthrough, and then I'll be right back with you.
So let me set the scene. It's 2 in the afternoon and 34 degrees. The Queensland harsh summer heat had me sweating buckets up and down my street. As there I spied the bloke, perched atop of his milk crate throne. He eyed me off as I approached, and then he said, I'm on smoko, so leave me alone, I'm on smoko. So leave me alone, I'm on smoko.
Sorry, I was a bit on slow mode myself, as it was. And, yeah, the way that worked out was, well, yes, as I was explaining before, I had to make sure the child was well and off to bed. Betty buys, as we call it in the adult world. It's all entirely funny. That's right, Crispy Jim. The only way you can actually appreciate Australian anything is by standing on your head. That's actually what it looks like down there for them. That's why the entire goddamn place is on fire, and no one's doing anything about it. Except for the firefighters. And the police. The people who live... Basically, it's the politicians. They're all basically standing on their heads, huffing their own farts, because gravity works different down there. Anyway, we got some 4 people what's hanging out in the Vatings rooms. Let's take a little looky-do. Random number generator. We've got 1 out of 4. We do a little rolly roll, and the first person coming in here is Mouth. Put my headphones on. Backwards and upside down. What's happening, Mouth? Been a while since we chatted, huh? What the fuck happened here? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There we go. Oh, well, he fucked off in short order, didn't he? Alright, another rolly roll, and we got that Jables coming in. What's happening, Jables? That was silence. I get it. Fucking silent treatment, isn't it? Yeah. Everyone's all silent treating me silently with the silence. Fucking Discord. I'm gonna hang up and come back. How about that? Nah, still fucking nothing. Jables doesn't want to talk to me either. Fucking no one does. Bring Mouth back in. Can you make noise, Mouth? Yeah, I know you're not lighting up, Jables. I'm seeing that. And as soon as I bring Mouth in, he dumps out again. What the fuck is going on? Fucking nothing. You can highlight you saying pugs are great. That's true, Laughing Pug. You can. That is a thing you can, in fact, do. It's quite impressive, really. It's quite a thing. It's very sort of thing which makes me think perhaps there's more to life than that. Jables is still not lighting up. I'm going... Oh, there he is. Thank fucking Christ. Yes, it is. I was about to restart.
Okay.
I was about to go ahead and restart.
Just
restart Discord. I mean, I am in general a bigger fan of other people doing things rather than myself. Hence, my palpable excitement about you.
Well, if I'm not lighting up on my end even, then it's probably on my end.
Yeah. I like that. Fuck is this? Sorry, Oh, the mountain goats. I like the mountain. Sorry. I'm being distracted because my ADD is just, wow, you know. Bam, bam, bam. You know, it's fucking amazing these days. So how you been, Jables? How's your week been?
It's been good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to go to a local comedy club in a little bit here.
Are you going to see someone?
Saw somebody that got called back after an open mic that performed last night. Had a good set, so I want to see how they do tonight.
Okay, so you're not going up to try yourself?
Oh no, I did that last night.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know, you see, that's kind of interesting when you lead with the "I'm gonna go watch somebody," and then you follow with the "Oh yeah, no, I tried myself." How'd it go?
It's been going better. I've been doing it for the last month or two. I've been going.
Nice. I have really wanted to. I think I even talked to you about it. I wrote a whole set. I had a decent tight 5 ready. And then as soon as it was ready, the fucking place here that's like that did the open mics was like, oh no, we're not doing that anymore. It's like, well, what are you doing with that venue now? Oh no, we'd like to host the fucking libertarian party.
Oh, jeez.
yeah, and then like so, well, it's the thing I noticed too. Like if this, I mean, I bitch endlessly about this city, and everyone thinks it's just I don't like it. No, it's just awful, because if you go out for live entertainment here. It's things like this to keep happening. And if you want to go out and find live entertainment in Manchester, you're pretty much limited to like one of three late like 80s to early 90s cover bands.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Doug Stanhope refuses to play this town ever again. Like actually, like that was a thing. He refuses to ever play in Manchester ever again. Because the last time he did, he went down to this. Yeah, he went down to one bar and they fucking packed it over capacity and overcharged everyone for drinks. And I was I went out for a little nip today. Just to have myself like just a little whiskey while I have no duties pressing, And I'm standing there and. This chick comes back in from going. She goes out to smoke a butt. She comes back in, tells the bartender and the owner, like, I don't know. Keep in mind, this is like 1 PM. She's like, so there's, I don't know when it happened, but apparently somebody puked a whole bunch at your front door, like recently, fresh. And the owners and the owner and like the bartender like, oh, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, it's chicken. I just busted out laughing. I'm like, you can identify it. And I was sitting there. I'm like, I know.
Chicken is surprisingly easy to identify and vomit.
Well, I like it. Well, I like it too because I know for a fact it wasn't anybody who had been at that bar or anything, and that. Odds are good, right? The odds are in favor of it was a matter of like, they probably went out and got some chicken, down some chicken, and just noticed after like a few minutes that the chicken really didn't agree with the heroin in their bloodstream. And I figured out today, and this is something I'm going to be working on better ways to describe it, at least, 3 times in a row, is Manchester is a city which... Just try and imagine if they tried to make one of those Netflix series out of Trainspotting. It's pretty much where we're at here. So,
yeah,
that was fun. Yeah.
Well,
you see, that's the basis.
A sequel to Trainspotting. It'll be Trainspotting 2, New Hampshire edition.
Yeah, Trainspotting 2, New Hampshire edition. There's one train. It doesn't stop here. It hauls coal up north and lumber down south. And it doesn't move fast enough for you to effectively jump in front of it to escape Manchester permanently. But it moves too fast and doesn't go anywhere worth note, so there's no point in hopping on the thing. Yeah, that's a good fun time. I watched Trainspotting, I'm like fuck being Scottish. I'm like, yeah, wait, no. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Granite State. Never mind. I mean, I was checking out. I don't know. You might have seen me tweet it out, but I found a New Hampshire stand-up comedian. Oh boy. I gotta have a hot trap. You guys know about the have a hot? And this is a guy who's like playing concert halls. Like, he's playing bigger places here. And he's like, yeah, you ever heard of have a hot trap? Oh, yeah, I got one of them. Well, the first day I put it out, I caught a squirrel. So I decided I was going to bring it somewhere. So I drove over to Conacook. You ever been to Conacook? Like, there's probably like 400 or 500 people who will know what the fuck he's talking about. It's like, I let the squirrel go. And I was driving home, ran over a different squirrel. Huh? I could have saved myself so much effort.
Could you, I don't necessarily want to blow him up or anything. Could you DM me his name?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll DM you what he is. And the thing is, too, is it's like I see the structure he's putting into his fucking jokes, right? And he's really going for it. And, like, it's it's not just rude. I think it's kind of unacceptable in a sense to really bag on someone who's really going for it, or in his case, somebody who was effectively to a degree in his own way making it work. Like he's the one who's he's the one who's getting paid to tell his jokes. I am not. So I'm not in any position to talk shit, but I'm just like, this is New Hampshire comedy.
Yeah, well, he's probably like one of 7 people in New Hampshire that do comedy, and that's why he gets the concert halls there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I caught the comedian Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in. Yeah. Oh yeah. Really confusing. He was in Boondock Saints. Yeah. He's really fucking huge guy. Yeah. Well, he's from Maine, and he tells the same joke that every other Maine person tells when they're in New Hampshire. Because for some reason, Maine actually pumps out a few comics. Not many, but yeah. Larry's in the chat like, isn't he from Maine? Yeah, he's from fucking Maine. He's like, you guys in New Hampshire, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy. You get your fucking fireworks. You can ride motorcycles without a fucking helmet. You get guns and shit. I'm over in Maine with a fucking sparkler. Yep. You guys putting Roman candles in your ass? He didn't say that. That was my addition. Where the fuck is my history?
But it's true.
Wait, this. I've actually known people who've put Roman candles in their ass. And fired, look at this, I'm firing fireworks out of my ass. Yeah. You certainly are.
I grew up out in the middle of nowhere in Washington State. It happened.
Here, yeah, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you pretty much what I think is probably the best set that he had. Yeah, here you go. And if anybody else wants to see it, no.
Oh, I know this guy. Okay.
Yeah. It's yeah. Yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of comedy, so I'm always trying to find something new. I've stumbled across it before.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's not that he's bad. It's just that he's not good.
It's all a lot of it's way too local, and he's just not out of that yet.
Yeah, it's like, you guys ever driven on Route 9? Yeah, everybody knows Route 9. It's like, no one knows Route 9 outside of the people who literally live on that street. These jokes fucking kill at the Rotary Club.
I bet. Yeah, I'm working on a joke about Capitol Hill, and then I have one other one-liner local joke, and that's about it.
Well, do you want to grace us with a couple of your jokes?
I'll do my favorite one-liner that I. Yeah. I only use the N-word in context, like around black people. Fortunately, I live in Seattle, so it never comes up.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And when you get, you know what you can follow that up with? It's like when everyone's like, whoa, if you get an oh kind of thing, be like, I was talking about non-compete. God, racists.
Yeah. Well,
I was talking about NDA.
That joke actually goes over pretty well because most of the time when I'm doing it, I have a black friend in the audience as a plant, so he makes sure it's okay for everybody else to laugh at it. So it doesn't do too bad. And then I'm working on a bit about how gay Capitol Hill is, but that's about it.
One of these things I'll be honest, I'm a bisexual guy. I'm also kind of a freak. Yeah. I like provocative, sexual encounters. That's why, I go to church a lot. Not, because I hate myself. That's a separate issue. But just because every time I hear an evangelical railing about how evil, homosexuality is, I just think, man, those boys are so lucky. How do I get in that club? It's not bad, sir. I mean, it's honestly making fun of pedophile Catholic priests. I mean, that's a slam dunk. That's just too easy.
Yeah, well, it's too easy, but it's also like
well, it's
hit that offensive line, and like the general rule is, the more offensive a joke is, the funnier it has to be.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So.
Although I've been noticing too the broad appeal. Again, it's like it's sort of like it's more like a Daniel Tosh sort of thing. It depends on like the character you're bringing to the stage. Because if you're bringing the confidence to the point of arrogance, to the point of like you are legitimately seeing yourself as better than the audience for the effect and the joke kind of thing, like the Daniel Tosh thing. Yeah, it can kind of work, because I was watching one of his sets, his kind of recent-ish sets, and it was the bit about how he's astounded that 90% of Americans that we have a 90% employment rate. Like,
I know for a fact most of you aren't employable.
Yeah, it's like, who in the fuck is hiring you?
Yeah.
I hate it when I meet a kid too, and I say, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" He says, "I want to be famous like you." You will never be famous like me. Do you think? No, I didn't get here by hard work.
A joke like that too.
Yeah, it's like I didn't get here by hard work. I have a gift from God. Andy Warhol said everyone in the future is going to be famous for 15 minutes, but that's an average. 0, 0, 0, 0, 20 years. 0, 0, 0. I like that. Why didn't I write that joke? Well, this guy, fucking Justin Kinney, right? It was funny because like he's got a bit based around, because our license plates say "Live free and die," "Live free or die," and I mean I know I'm not the first one to write it or say it, but I'm like I realized a while back it's "Live, freeze, and die." He's got a whole bit about that. I'm like, Justin, no. Listen, I came up with that line 10 years ago, and even then I realized I wasn't the one who came up with it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's one of those parallel thinking things that ends up turning into hack.
That's a bitch of it too. It's like it works if you bring it out of here, because
to work around too.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if he brought that joke, like, let's say he was able to, like, I mean, for all I know, the guy tours, right? Which is this is another fucking confusing thing about YouTube. Just the video I sent you, 4.34 thousand subscribers. This video's got 261,000 views, 1,000 likes to 21 dislikes, and it's not a good set. What the fuck? Do people just put this shit on when they're high? And they're just like, it's fine, put it on a playlist, bro. Yeah. And then they end up.
People put on stand-up comedy on YouTube, and then they just get stoned or drunk, and they just hang out, and then eventually it pops up in the algorithm, and it autoplays it, and there you go.
Yeah, what can you? And Bob's your fucking uncle.
Attention to what you're listening to.
Well, I mean, audience, would you like to see some of this hilarious fucking New Hampshire fucking comedy, or should I actually spare you this shit? Because it's not good. It's like,
well, you were saying good earlier is totally subjective, Nick. Now you're going against what you said earlier.
Well, no, maybe I could show it to everyone, right? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna even use this awesome fucking. Why the fuck did that happen? Oh, it's because it's the wrong window. I can use this awesome, like, slow, kind of sexy, like, wipe thing I got now, like the fade, the hot slow fade. And yeah, I'm going to be streaming on D-Live. I haven't gotten around to it, man. But yeah, all right. So this is Justin McKinney. Again, this is a guy. He gets paid for telling jokes. Technically, I do too, but he probably gets paid more. And he's doing sets where he wears his microphone on his head. So let's hear what New Hampshire thinks is funny.
Oh, yes, douches.
It was great. My wife wanted to move back to New England because her whole family's from New England. I wanted to stay in California because our whole family's from New England. She's like, we can't live in California.
I can't hear him. Oh, yeah.
California, we could die. It was great. My wife wanted to move back to New England because her whole family's from New England. I wanted to stay in California because her whole family's from New England. She's like, we can't live in California. We could die in an earthquake. We've never had an earthquake out there when I was out there. I almost die every winter living in New Hampshire. Slipping on the ice, going off the road on a slippery road, freaking power outages. The power goes out, no heat. The license plate in New Hampshire should say live, freeze, then die.
Oh, God, you know, I love this because when I pause the not hilarious New Hampshire comic, I mean, again, Justin, good for you. Just maybe I just live here too much. But then I get to hear my shitbag neighbors. This is fucking wonderful.
What think happened to Old Man on the Mountain?
Now I want you guys all to listen closely to the very old, the rapidly aging Snow White audience that says, I've said, honey, you remember when I said that? I said that after New Year's. I said that after New Year's in 2002, and your sister didn't like it.
I can relate to this guy, don't you see?
Oh, it's like he's just like
he's me. I'm like him. I'm
exactly,
funny
hon.
too.
Hey, honey, you know how you always telling me I'm funny, and then the people down at opposite Fidelity there telling me I'm funny too. Maybe I should be a comedian. That's how this guy started.
He froze. You can't handle that year after year. Wind chill. He was made of stone and he couldn't take it. What chance do we all have? The white Christmas is nice. I get it. Who doesn't love a white Christmas, right? I don't need a white Easter. Shouldn't have a white Martin Luther King Day. Am I wrong about that? That just sounds weird to me, right? I'm just saying.
Okay,
for 6 months.
Okay, that I didn't actually pick up on that. I didn't pick up on that last joke last time I listened to this set, right? That wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
White Christmas is fun. White Easter is whatever. White Martin Luther King Day, that's just a little weird. My humble opinion as a non-professional comedian who doesn't leave his house, he really should have taken that, dragged that one out a little bit further. Gotten a little dirtier, a little weirder with the Martin Luther King thing. Maybe. Well, fuck.
This is something for the audience, real quick, for the rest of the audience. If you see a comedian that doesn't hold a microphone, be wary.
Well, see,
I think Christopher Titus and Brian Regan are the only two that I've known that have been able to get away.
Gervais, Ricky too.
Yeah. Okay.
And Eddie Izzard.
No, I think Eddie Izzard does. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he's dressed too fabulous to be clutching a phallic object. It would be distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's very few.
Well, no, here's the thing is, like, with this, like, you know, and, like, I paused on this scene here. Now, maybe it's just my pause game, but he looks really happy that joke landed. But the worst part about it is this could be a separate bit because New Hampshire didn't actually, we called it Civil Rights Day on, like, as some fucking ridiculous, retarded fucking, like, no, we're not going to bow to federal pressure kind of shit. Like, we're one of the whitest fucking states in the country, one of the most irrelevant places in the nation. And we had Martin Luther King Day. It wasn't Martin Luther King Day until, like, I think, like, maybe, like, late 90s or 2000s or even later than that. It's like, yeah, white Martin Luther King Day. Maybe that's why, well, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's why while climate change kept getting worse, we finally figured we could come around to it because there was less snow around. Wasn't as awkward.
Yeah.
Something like that. But no. Let's see where he goes.
Here.
Also, this is bad form, right? This is bad form. Just picking apart a dude's stand-up act because I hate where he's from, right?
I'm not. Yeah, that's why I'm not saying too much about it.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't like the microphone on the head thing. I see what he's trying to do. for sure.
No, well, I mean, well, the other thing too is, I mean, I think the important thing to do too, to be fair, is to listen to the audience reaction because they are loving it. Now, granted, let me see.
That's
this is from
important,
20. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is too is this was from 2011, which means most of the people who are applauding are probably dead now. That's just New Hampshire. But let's go a little bit deeper into this, see where it goes, and then we'll find out what we're gonna go where the show will go after that, or whether or not I'll plunge this set of sharp tweezers into my eyeball.
Remember April 1st, the snowstorm a few years ago, April 1st? That was my first year back. I go wake my wife up, I'm like, honey, we got 1.5 feet of snow out there. She's like, really? I'm like, April Fools. We got 2.5 feet, you bitch. Put your stuff on. You're shoveling. Because they don't shovel, guys. They watch us. We come in and take all our crap off. We just get our stuff off. She's like, oh, you got to go back out. The plow just came by. You got to go. And you got to go out and move that. If not, that'll get hard and freeze. Then you got a 3-foot speed bump at the end of your driveway. You got to get going 30 miles an hour and launch yourself out and hope you don't rip your friggin' muffler off.
Yeah, that's enough of that. Okay. So, yeah. So you guys y'all got introduced to that. That's what New Hampshire stand-up is like. It's that or
yeah. Well,
yeah.
That's just northern stand-up. Any place that gets a lot of snow.
Fuck off.
No. Yeah. Like
Bill Burr is from fucking 45 minutes away from here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rogan is from Boston. And and it's funny. Well, I love too here.
I'm sure they had a lot of the same bits when they were starting out and shit. I'm not saying this guy's a great comedian. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying he's just talking about what he knows.
Well, he's no. I mean, well, no. You know what? Actually, to his credit, he's talking about what he knows, and he's also he's talking it to an audience which is really eating it up.
Yeah, which is familiar with the same shit.
Yeah, and Bob Marley was kind of like Bob Marley was kind of similar. The thing first time I caught Bob Marley live here in Manchester once, randomly too, like. I was walking by, I was leaving the bar across the street, and then apparently there were tickets left over, so they're like, fuck it, we're going to sell these, this handful of tickets we got for cheap, whatever. So I went in to watch, and it was a good set. It was all right. It was Bob Marley's a clever guy. And then I caught a set he did, fucking 3 years later, 3 or 4 years later. Same jokes, exactly the same set. There was no new material. And then we got a guy around here named Nick LaValle. And one of the things, Nick LaValle, he was on Last Comic Standing. I think he actually won Last Comic Standing. And he is a clever, funny guy. But it was funny because he, I think he fell into the Marin trap, let's say. Which is, he got sober, and I've noticed, I cannot think, for the life of me, I cannot think of a single stand-up comic or comic writer who, when they got sober, they got remotely good, better in any way. Their lives
David
improved.
Tell.
Did he?
Tell.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I mean,
he doesn't get a lot of attention. Ignore that bumping mics thing that he does with Jeff Garlin. Ignore that. Try to find some sets that he's doing on his own, and if you ever get the chance, catch him live.
I'll take a look. I'll take a look at
it's pretty good. But that's about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Marin, right? Marin's a funny guy, and he's really he's a really good podcaster. I think the thing is that when comedians get sober, they're forced to like reckon with their their thought. Well, no, not their bad habits. I was gonna say actually more their thoughtful mind. The fact that they are comedians. You will never meet a funny comedian who is an idiot. They'll make dumb decisions. They'll do stupid shit, but they're not like genuinely stupid people. You know, you have to be.
Bert Kreischer.
No, actually, no. I mean, even Bert Kreischer, right? Doug Stan. Not
He's a
Doug
marketing.
Stanhope,
He's a marketing genius, but I wouldn't.
Well, no, I'm not gonna say Dane Cook is a fucking intellectual powerhouse. But what I'm saying is that like the what is required to craft jokes, right? Like you need that sort of that really that semi-obsessive, really awkward, off-kilter fucking viewpoint to where like you will think about something that annoys you, that bothers you, that gets under your fucking skin, that you fucking hate about the world in general. And you will spend so much time thinking about it, you will find a way to think of it as funny. And that's why comedians are typically like the most depressed performers in the world, and oftentimes the most fucking like depressed people in general, right? It's because it's like, you know, comedy, and I've said this before with myself, and I still feel awkward and weird like classing myself as a comedian, even though I make people laugh. But I mean, like on my worst days, when I get up wishing I could just put a bullet through my goddamn dome, you know, the thing that always pulls me out of it is either doing this show, or if I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go get a drink because I'm depressed, and that's what depressed people do in New Hampshire. But I go out and do that, and I'll sit there and I'll just start fucking riffing off dumb jokes and observational humor to whoever is around. Like, I don't give a fuck. If you're sitting there, they'll be like, someone will be sitting there on the bar, like sipping a gin and tonic on their phone, probably like, you know, managing their stock portfolio, and I'll be like, hey, you ever fuck a broad from McGarvey's? Why are you asking me this? I don't know. Yeah, because I just thought it was funny. Yeah. And and he started with that.
I run a lot of shit by local bartenders.
Oh God! Well, no, they're the
average.
Well, they're the best and the worst, because like they'll laugh at jokes that aren't funny if they think it helps their tips. You know, that's why I like I go after other bar patrons. Well, Friday, like when I didn't make the show, and you're all like, "What the fuck, dude? I had a whole show, and it's only just to fucking build an audience for your dog shit show." And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Well, part of that was in the recycling of my sleep schedule. One of the things that I ended up doing was I was having a shitty day that day, and I went down to this bar. I went down to my normal music hall, and I got my normal one round and paid for it. And I'm like, one round and I'm out, and I'm gonna go home, make the show. And
then people started buying you drinks. I saw your tweet.
Yeah, and well, not just that. They wanted me to go to a different bar, and then I discovered this bar because the place I go to locally normally, right? It's like a decent pour. They give me a decent pour, let's say. I get over to this next place, and it's just it's a Baby Rocks glass that is just filled to the brim with whiskey. And they're like, yeah, that's a neat, and I'm like, that certainly is. You were absolutely right. I'm going to keep making jokes. Hey, your coworkers here. I'm going to make jokes about them and all of your poor life decisions to work in a corporate office tower so that you have to escape to the bar next door just to feel human again. Right before I go back to my own home and depressively sink into a bit of a drunken coma to where I fuck my own career up so that I could entertain you. And it's like, I was cheating on you, bitches. I'm sorry.
Oh, I get it.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
out on shows every once in a while to do pretty much the same thing.
But Well, I mean, but that's the thing, though. I mean, you take Jim Jeffries, another great example, right? Dude got his life together, got himself a wife and a baby, and he's sober, and he's getting offers and all that, right? Comedy went to shit. Jeffries was
he's
fucking
he's also a massive fucking dick.
Well, no, he is, but I mean, that's most performers in general anyway. But the thing is, like, he was a massive dick who was funny before. And now it's just like, I really want to be like the funniest columnist at The Guardian. That's what I want to be. Because it'll make my wife take her clothes off sometimes. Oh, boy. Yep. Well, hi, honey.
Do you think it's the people, like the comedians that that get kind of trashed? It's because they're trashed that leaves that little bit of consciousness out of their brains so that they can say the really fucked up shit.
Well,
and then that's why they're not so good later on. Is that what you're trying to get at? Or
I've been to drunk school, let's say, and I don't mean like the Bert Kreischer drunk school. I mean like the court told me I had to go to one. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, so these, like, quasi-AA people, they love talking about, like, state-dependent learning. And they say there's certain things, like, you can learn to do when you're inebriated or in a state of mind that you will struggle to do if you're not in that state of mind. Now, most rehab dogma I dismiss out of hand because most of it is made up bullshit. It's just, like, shit that came off the top of some evangelical moralist cunt's head, and he's like, this'll help people, they'll come back to Jesus. But there is some shit to it, because I mean, like, I can be funny when I'm sober, but I never feel funny when I'm sober. And when it comes to people like Marin, like Marin's deal was like Marin would be 10 sheets to the wind with a fucking 8-ball in his face, right? If that's the zone you're used to operating in, when you get out of that place, you're never going to operate quite the same. Mark Maron is still clever. He's still funny in his own way, but he's not the stand-up fucking, like, you know, nightmare that he was in the 90s when, like, he and Stewart were coming up together. But it's funny then because you look at somebody you look at somebody like Jon Stewart, right? Like, Stewart has always been, like, a neurotic, sober comic. And his habits, like, when he changed his habits, like, he stopped smoking weed because he was a huge weed smoker for a long time. When he stopped doing that, it didn't affect his shit, right? Dave Chappelle, these days, right, doesn't smoke as much weed as he used to because he's, you know, he's banging on 50 right now. But apparently,
he was hitting a vape pen while he was on stage during his last special. What the fuck are you talking about?
No. I'm saying he's not like the super stoner he used to be. But on the other side, from what I've been catching and hearing and from stories from the road and shit, apparently he really, really, really likes mushrooms. He eats a lot of mushrooms when he's on the road.
I've heard some rumors about that. I haven't. I've heard nothing to confirm.
Joe Rogan confirmed it on his podcast when he was talking about touring with Dave, and then you also had Aziz Ansari. I think it was Aziz. Yeah, it was Aziz Ansari when he was talking about like hanging out with Dave before the Mark Twain Awards. And both of these stories, like Rogan's saying like how gangster Dave is because these mushrooms he was eating while they were watching a movie in a rented theater were mushrooms that just some dude from the audience gave him. Like, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, but think about it. You play an arena, right? And then some stranger hands you like a bag of mushrooms. Like, you don't know where the fuck that comes from, what the fuck it is. That's a bit sketchy. A friend of mine.
I remember what you're talking about, and that wasn't that when they were playing the Tacoma Dome here in Washington?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were good mushrooms. He was fine.
Well,
that's they.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
around here.
well, I mean, Well, no, I mean it's a funny thing though, because like there's things that when it comes to like if you're a touring performer, right, that that needs to like, you remember MC Chris?
Sounds familiar.
It was like we're talking vintage Adult Swim, so we're talking like 2004, 2005. He was like adult. He was Adult Swim.
Probably a little bit before my time. I was
okay.
10 or
Yeah.
11 or 12, dude. I was born in 93.
Yeah, no, he was the go-to rapper. Yep, there we go. We see. I want candy, bubblegum, and taffy. Actually, fuck it. I'm just gonna play some shit because he wrote a whole rap about my what is it? My backpacks got jets. I'm Boba the Fett. I bounty hunt for Jabba the Hutt to finance my vet. Yeah, that guy, right? So after he blew the when he blew the fuck up on Adult Swim, and he was Fett's Vet. When he blew the fuck up on Adult Swim, he started touring, and he was doing pretty good. He was like he was selling places out. He was having really big tours. A buddy of mine who used to sell weed. He probably does still sell weed. He's just not my buddy anymore. But he went to one of these shows and he got to like meet and hang out with Chris like after and it was like literally that like outside of the stage door in the alley kind of thing. And they're out back and they're like getting high, and he's like, "Yo, you want to smoke?" He's like, "Yeah, let me see that shit." And he takes the joint, takes it, lights it up, takes all of his share of hits all at once. And it looks like he's being some greedy ass fucking star pig, right? And then he passes it around. And somebody got like a little like, well, that was a little weird. He's like, no, it ain't like that. It's just that I don't know where the fuck any of you have been. And I need my throat to stay in good fucking shape. I can't catch fucking laryngitis or some shit. I can't get like a head cold from any of you people, because that ruins the rest of my tour. I was like, damn, I would have never thought about that. That's a good goddamn point. Meanwhile, Dave Chappelle's just grabbing bags of mushrooms off of people in crowds like, shit, yeah, I'll eat this shit, fuck it. I'm Dave Chappelle. What's the worst that can happen? I'll go crazy and run to Africa again.
Yeah, that's why Tony Hinchcliffe doesn't really do handshakes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He'll lean in close for a picture, but if you pay attention, that's like as close as he'll get to another person.
Fuck other people. They're terrible. They're just terrible.
Yeah. Well, other people will make you sick, man. Yeah, especially when you're traveling a lot and you're not used to the germs in that area.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pull Laughing Pug in here. You can hang out for the rest of the show, because I'm just going to drag this shit out for a little bit. Cool. What's up, Pug?
Hi, Nick. Just doing Pug things, chewing my ass, licking my balls, espousing world genocide, those sort of things.
Oh, my God, I had no idea you and Jables had so much in common. Yep, Jable's muted, so I got nothing. I'm not even gonna try and follow up on that one.
Sorry, I was about to say I'm actually pro-genocide, so very different.
No, I wasn't even thinking the genocide thing, and I was thinking like licking your own ass thing. But hey, if you like, yeah, let's do that.
Studio if I was that flexible.
It's like I wish I was that flexible. I'm just flexible enough to be on the internet from the Northwest and still talk favorably about genocide.
Yeah.
Okay then.
I'm morally flexible as fuck.
World genocide. You have to kill everyone. It's the only way it works.
Just going straight smart on us then, huh? So we've known each other quite a while, haven't we, Pug?
Let's see here. It's been 5 years?
Yeah, that's longer than most relationships I have. We're practically common law married in certain states at this point. But I gotta say, have you been sick? I've noticed your pug posting has declined lately. You got the cancer? Did you catch AIDS? Did you get the dog AIDS?
No, I got the dog flu.
Cause I got the dog flu. It's a bit like the man flu, except nobody asks any questions, cause they don't know what it is.
Nobody cares when you shit yourself when you're a dog. You know, that sort of stuff.
You know, I've had a number.
Can you really shit yourself if you don't wear pants?
I love the fact that for all of the for all of the furries I've had on this show, like Pug's not a furry. He does not dress up like a dog. He is just very certain he is a dog, and that's fine. Because I'm not here to tell people what their pronouns should or shouldn't be. That's not this kind of stream. You want that shit?
Come on, my pronouns aren't Pug. My pronouns are your Lord and Savior and God. Just nobody wants to call me that.
Yeah, see, that don't work. You're gonna have to go with like dog or dog self or pug self. But then everybody's gonna just think you're trying to, like, you know, do the vernaculous thing. Sorry, I just saw the word vernaculous. I meant to say the dankula thing. But you know what? I'm gonna run with it. They're gonna think like, oh, he just wants to be a small dog. He's doing the vernaculous thing. Sorry, Justin. He just sent me a DM with some wacky shit. Does anybody want to see what this wacky shit he sent me is? No, apparently fucking not. Okay, that's fine.
Pugs aren't small dogs. They're, you know, big dogs with little bodies.
Yeah, and everybody else is really at the moment just hung up on the whole notion of like licking their own ass. So it's like, wait, vernaculous what? No, I don't want that. I'm still on. I'm trying to lick my own ass right now, and as a 5'9" man, it's not that easy. Now I gotta be small and go with an unlicked asshole. What fun is that?
Oh, come on. It's not that easy for a pug either. Have you ever seen one of us? We're like a fucking brick. We're not that flexible.
Well, I do still love. I think it was actually a Marcus. Marcus said in as a joke, but in an honest repudiation of his prosecution, he honestly did say that the pug is the ultimate rebuke to Nazis. Because they were eugenicists. They thought that they could control the gene code and make mankind better. But we tried that with wolves, and we ended up with pugs. Those things have no natural business being alive. They just no. I mean, they're great. They're fucking happy, fun animals. But they're
not as bad as English bulldogs. At least they can still give birth.
That's another one too. But I mean, that's the point. Is these things struggle to breathe, to digest, to walk and function in general. Like there's no purpose for them outside of that we happen to think that they are hilarious.
And you know, English bulldogs have all those problems and they can't give birth on their own.
Yeah. See, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, so man really should not play God. It's not a good thing when we do it. It's not a good thing to try.
How bad did we have to fuck up to make it so they can't give birth? You have to cut their babies out of them.
Yeah, well, I was a C-section baby. Calling my mom waste. Maybe.
Yeah, but not all humans have to be C-section.
In fairness, I mean, if we're going to be fair, in a sense, Jables is coming out as like pug kin in a way. He's like, yeah, no, I can feel that. Like I too have trouble breathing. I mean, I snore when I'm awake. It's weird. That makes me need to throw up a little bit. I should stop doing that.
Stop the ass kissing you. Snore when he's asleep.
Holy shit. That genuinely bothered my entire system. And this is how far I go for fucking comedy. This is, oh goddamn, a super chat. I have not gotten a super chat in a while.
Somebody gave you money to say something?
Mickey Ficky gave, well, I mean, and if we're being honest, like this one, like Mickey Ficky gave me like 380. Google the rest. $5 from Mickey Ficky at Super Chat. Lord Bezos says God and Jesus. Nick is our prophet. I don't know. I got confuzzled. That's normal.
I can't think of another breed of dog that will walk up to you, piss on your leg, walk away, and shit on your pillow.
You're really selling these things on me, you know? You're really...
Just because you did something that made it mad.
Oh, I thought it was like its way of like expressing affection.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I had all of this pee and shit in me. You can have some. I'm gonna leave
the most vindictive dogs I've ever met.
Yeah, meanwhile everyone's like, we need to just put bans on these pit bulls, y'all. These pit bulls are so dangerous. It's like, those things at least like you. Pugs just look at you like, why did you create me? Why?
You're not feeding me, therefore I'm going to burn your house down.
And he's like, why did you do this to me? Who amongst you is responsible for my being? And it's like, it wasn't me. Look at your roommate or something. It was him. He did it. Go on, small dog. I've seen Men in Black.
And then they wake up with shit in their slipper.
Yeah. Or a fucking garrote around their neck. Am I right?
No, come on. We can't garrote no one. We don't have thumbs.
Yeah, I love how inclusive it is, though. It's like, we can't do that. You're not a dog. Shush, shush, shush. Don't go telling him that. He'll get upset and he'll shit in your slipper. And he'll do a human shit too. He'll fly there. He'll take fucking Spirit Air. They'll be like, do you have any checked baggage? Like, no, this will be a short trip. Just get us there as fast as I can, because I ate a whole bunch of Sbarro in the food court there, and I want to make sure it ends up at its destination faster than I do. There we go. That's a good time. Well, Pug, hate to cut it short, but what would you like to leave us with, huh?
Leave? I never leave. Are you kidding?
Well,
you let me in. I'm never going anywhere.
Do you see the room below the live show? Pug, do you see it?
He wants you to be a caring person and support somebody else as well.
That's exactly it. You should tell everyone to watch the pre-show. You should tell them to do that.
Okay, watch the pre-show.
Thank you, Pug. Well, that was really generous of you to promote.
Nice.
Yeah, to promote Jabel's work. I know he appreciates. His dick got a little bit hard there, and then he remembered you were a dog, and his dick got really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, he's in Washington State, where there's a lot of people a lot more permissible about that shit. But yeah,
not until after the Mr. Hands incident.
they got a lot of trees. That's about it. So I can see that.
Well, guten Nacht to Larry Kubiak. Thank you for staying up for this slightly later than normal midweek show. Gonna be wrapping up shortly. So what I'm gonna do now, actually, I'm gonna just do the Bill Maher thing. I'm just gonna bring everyone on. Fuck it. There's no goddamn rhyme or reason to what I do anymore. It's just whatever the fuck. So now we got an Arab here, and we've also got an Arizonian, which is kind of like a white American Arab when you think about it. They don't get them. Yeah, it's hot.
Desert people.
It's hot.
It's
they like to eat dead shit whenever possible, even if they're not hungry. I know Habib.
I thought we stopped talking about pugs.
That's the. I mean, in fairness to Habib, that's honestly true. Like, I've known him long enough to where, like, if he could eat a full meal and be satisfied, but if you put like this greasy, dripping double cheeseburger with fucking I don't even know, just like pork belly on top of it, and he'd be like, "Oh my god, is that Instagram food?" Like, yeah, okay. Give me the real version of that now.
See, this is why we claimed him as a pug.
You've been
claimed as a pug now?
You've been claimed by another tribe, Habib. Look at that.
Why not? Why not? I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it's going to end up drunkenly one day identifying as a German Shepherd, and you're going to have a whole pug fatwa on your hand.
Oh, dear.
It's like, I didn't know you guys. It's like,
focus pug.
Yeah, it's like I didn't know pugs did fatwas, and like the League of Pugs would be like, neither did we. It's a new thing. We're trying it out. How does it seem? How does it feel? You like it? Is it working out? Are you ready for your family to be stalked and hunted?
I mean, wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, pugs aren't really a problem here. A lot of people like to leave their pets outside at night. And fucking coyotes will like burrow underneath your fence and fucking eat your chihuahua or your cat.
I had a friend. My old roommate from New Orleans, actually, when he used to live in L.A. So he's like, he's a Texas dog owner, which means that nothing gets to fuck with his dogs. And coyotes used to come down out the hills and wander around and sometimes fuck with people's dogs and eat their fucking pets. So he took to doing this thing. Whenever he'd bring his dog out for a walk, anytime it like dropped a deuce, he'd have like a surgical glove thing on, but he'd take a hunting pellet for like a pellet rifle and he'd roll it around in the dog shit, and then he'd put it in a little bag, and he just built up a collection of these dog shit covered hunting pellets. That way, when he was bored and or drunk and or drinking, he could just go to his window in fucking like North Hollywood or wherever the fuck he was staying, and just like, if he saw a coyote, he'd just wing it, just wing it, just flank it with a flanking shot, and then whenever he'd find the carcasses, he'd just throw them in his truck and bring them to the sheriff's office, because apparently Hollywood, in Hollywood there in L.A., if you turn in coyote carcasses, they pay a bounty for them. So he'd basically just murder a whole bunch of coyotes using his like sheepdog's shit. Like, you think you can get my fucking dog? Oh, that hurt. It'll stop hurting in a bit, and then it'll hurt a lot more.
Here's the problem with that is that coyotes, once you kill one, they'll just instantly go back into heat and start breeding again after they're done doing roll call.
This is why you're supposed to kill all of them all at once.
Fucking Jables, I feel like there was something to that I was supposed to get and didn't. After they do roll call, are they fucking Congress?
Are like when they're yelping and howling at each other, they're actually doing roll call, and if anybody's missing, they just start fucking.
Oh, for Christ's sake! All right, I'm sorry. I thought you were like making some joke about the impeachment inquiry or something. Yeah.
That's got to get weird for the dude who was like busy and didn't say nothing and then came back to a bunch of babies.
Yeah. It kind of works out though. It kind of works out also in the sense that like we're talking about like a California government offering money to its citizens for turning in what is ultimately apparently an indefinite resource. I mean, shit. I mean, like, I'm wondering, like, yeah, well, you hear about all these, like, all these people, they get off the bus thinking they're going to make it in big old Hollywood, and then they can't make a living, and they end up turning tricks on camera and fucking, touching themselves on the internet. And when all they need to do is murder coyotes. Not all of them, just enough of them so that the rest get lonely.
I don't know how it is elsewhere, but yeah, in Arizona, they're vermin. You can just kill them whatever the fuck you want.
Well, you gotta keep in mind, like, there's one thing, like, some places it's like, oh yeah, kill whatever vermin you like. In LA, or I guess certain parts of LA, there was or is a thing where, like, if you kill coyotes or other vermin there, they'll give you a bounty for doing it. I know in Texas, certain parts of Texas, like, if you and a bunch of your friends just show up at certain ranches with a bunch of guns and be like, hey, we want to hunt some hogs. Rancher will be like, go for it, and if you kill them, like, hit me on the radio. I'll come out on my forklift. You can take it with you and go have a pig roast. And we had a plan to do that when I lived in New Orleans. We were gonna go out to East Texas, find a rancher who is pliable, which is most of them. Go out and hunt some hog. Find a hog.
Because fucking hogs are annoying.
Yeah, well, they're not just annoying; they're fucking
dangerous.
dangerous.
They'll fucking eat you.
Yeah, well, imagine, like, well, here's the thing, though, is, like, we're from New Orleans, so we would think our plan, we never got around to doing it, but our plan was we were going to go out, try and bag, like, maybe, like, 300 or 400 pound hog, right? Big fat fucker. Throw the shit in the truck, bring it back to our bar that had a smoker and a spit roast and all of it, and we're just going to have a giant-ass pig roast and feed the neighborhood with this fucking feral hog we killed in Texas there. We never got around to it because we, what's the term? Smoked too much weed and never did anything. But it would have been, but it would have been great.
That's
What's the
something
thing?
I've been wanting to do here because, like, nobody puts in for Javelina tags, and so if you just fucking, want to go kill a pig, you just put in for it. You're guaranteed to fucking.
For you, it would be one of those, like, ultimate sort of tests, too, because, like, the thing is, if you come face to face with the hog, it's not like your ass can run.
And it's not
not
likely
with that
to be
leg.
just one either.
Yeah, not with that leg, though. Like, so you'd just be there with, like, a 30-06 rifle and be like, no, I know what I signed up for. Hog would start charging. You're just like, okay, I've practiced for this, because if I didn't, I'm fucked.
Yeah. Still can't run.
And the problem, of course, is hogs move in fucking packs. So, you shoot one, you better hope the rest decide to run away instead of kill you.
Well, I've seen a lot of hog hunting footage, as it was. Roll that beautiful bean footage kind of shit. But it seems as though, like, when you take down the big one, the rest tend to scatter. They see that thing die, and they're like, nope. I was only doing this because he was doing it. I didn't mean nothing by it. I'm sorry. Though I might be wrong. Either which way, though, that's got to be some.
So you
good
have to put the fear of God into it.
It's got to. Well, think about this though. That's got to be some good ass pork belly. Because, like, in the Southwest, those hog, like the feral hog problem in the Southwest, those are Russian hogs. They were brought over by people who wanted to release them so they could hunt them for sport without knowing that they would just flourish in that environment.
Oh, and God, do they get big.
Eating all my goddamn truffles is what they're doing. Well,
yeah, I watched a doc one time about a dog breed that was actually specifically bred just to take them out.
Oh yeah, no.
You don't get 1,000 pounds on truffles.
Yeah, no, you don't. You get 1,000. You get 1,000 pounds on pets. You get 1,000 pounds on whatever the fuck you find. And apparently in Texas, there is a lot to find.
Well, they'll just eat anything and everything. So
yeah, see, that's I can't wait. If Trump gets reelected, he's just gonna, like, discover that this is a thing in the Southwest and be like, all right, we're gonna put pigs. We're gonna put immigration pigs on the beat. Russian hogs, beautiful Russian hogs. Put them along the border wall. Make them eat Mexican. Yeah, everyone else in Texas likes eating Mexican. I bet the pigs do too. No, that is photo. Oh yeah, there we go. Pumbaa. Yeah. Fuck Pumbaa. In fact, from now on, every time I dream of shooting a wild feral hog, I'm just gonna be like, Hakuna, motherfuck you. You're going down, bitch. I'm gonna turn you into carnitas, motherfucker. Yeah, I know that's supposed to be beef, but guess what? I ain't shooting no cows, because that gets me in trouble. Not doing that again. So, well, I'm going on 2.5 fucking hours here, and I'm going to close down. So, Habib. Nothing. You bring up pigs in the air, all of a sudden they just run off.
Oh, sorry. I was muted by mistake. I muted my mic. So, you said Habib. Now what? Like, am I supposed to say stuff?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Oh, okay.
Well done. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Anything you want to surprise us with, leave us with, anything like that?
I mean, I don't know. It's still early in the morning. I woke up and I'm kind of like just listening to the show and looking up recipes for chicken stew because that's gonna be my lunch. And yeah, it's been a fun show.
It has been
That's
a
about it.
fun show.
Look forward to pictures of chicken stew on my Twitter feed, I guess.
I look forward to that, actually. What are you putting in it?
It's marinating now in soy sauce, vinegar, some chili based, and for spices I use paprika, cayenne, some garlic flakes with herbs, some sea salt, and mixed peppers.
You're still supposed to send me some saffron, by the way.
Oh yes, I do. But once I can afford actually sending you a parcel, because I'm not just gonna send you saffron. I'm gonna make like a care package of lots of spices and things.
Well, I
and
also
send
like
it
too
over.
the fact is, like, saffron is expensive on its own, but no matter how expensive it is, shipping it from Dubai to New Hampshire is going to be more expensive than it costs. I love that. It's like buying my book in England.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I want to send you some stuff along with my girlfriend, so I'm gonna just make like a huge package, send it to one of you guys, and be like, "Well, half of it is yours, and send the rest to the other."
I was just thinking you get the addresses mixed up, and she ends up with like this lovely spice kit. Like, Habib, this is so thoughtful. These spices are great, and I'm like, why did you send me a rubberized mold of your dick, Habib? Why?
Some camel dicks.
I didn't want. What am I supposed to tenderize pork loins with this thing, huh? So
well, you could
and want to, are two vastly different things. So, all right. Well, I look forward to seeing your chicken stew, homie. And maybe throw some kiwi slices in there just to see what the acid does to the meat. Ooh.
No, for the acid, I'm using limes, dried limes to be exact.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. Like, I might be wrong, but kiwi and lime.
Oh, kiwi and lime juice is amazing. Just add a bit of brown sugar to it.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm salivating because all I've had today was a bagel. So that's straight up why I'm fading so fast right now, and I'm just like, yeah, it's time to wrap this shit up so I don't fall asleep before I stop the stream.
All I had is a couple of cups of coffee, so yes, and I am kind of hungry.
Oh, come on. You've been involved in streams that went like 70-something hours.
I know.
I remember those. I was passing out for those ones too. Jables, can we expect to see any videos of your sets posted online?
We'll see. If they start going better, sure.
Well, that has enthusiasm. But of course, everyone catch the pre-show every Friday. Lesser Saints of Discord, Jables.
And support live comedy in your areas. It doesn't have to be local comedians, but just live comedy in general.
Yeah, and honestly too. You know what? And you know what? I'll add to that point. I'll add to that point. So like earlier, like, I was kind of bagging on Justin McKinney, and I don't think I was bagging on him, but I was critiquing him and shit. But the thing is like if you ever actually go out to see a local comic, and you sit down in the audience, it is a world of difference between watching a set on YouTube, right, or going and sitting down and watching. Because when you sit down in an audience and you sit down, you're like you mentally prep yourself in the way like you're saying I'm here to see a comedy show. You sit down in a way where like it's like suspending disbelief. Even if the jokes aren't great, you'll probably you'll pull a laugh out of it because you want it to be funny. So support local comedians. Go and go and
it adds
fucking
to the experience.
Yeah, and if you're gonna heckle them, do it in a way where you can imagine what you would say in response to yourself, in the hopes of giving them something fun to work with. Yeah, if you're gonna heckle, don't heckle amateurs. But if you're gonna heckle like a semi-pro, do it in a way where you leave yourself wide open for a funny comeback to make the show that much better. I did it to Gallagher years ago. It was great. Yeah, well, you say don't heckle, but you know they will. So, Laughing Pug, already got you. Ben, what do you got going on in the world? What do you want people to pay attention to?
Well, I'm still in medical school, so yay.
Word.
My first day off, I slept 13 hours.
Damn.
But yeah, that fucking tweet that I sent you earlier, you gotta send me that photo. I got a project.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You want the when you say a photo with the hat, do you mean the animated image with the hat? Like the cartoon?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna want to reach out to Steph for that. That's Caffeine Tweaker's bag. She did that one.
Okay.
I'll put her.
I needed
I'll put her in
for
touch
the
with
line
her.
one.
Okay, yeah, I'll ask Steph, and I don't think she's watching now, but I'll ask Steph to reach out to you then.
Cool. I mean, I'll tell you what the project is if you want.
Sure. What is the project?
I way overbought leather when I was working in this cosplay recently, and so I just have a bunch of that shit sitting around. I was going to make you a bracer of that fucking design.
Ooh. I had a gator bracer for a while, but it like cracked and wore out. Bracer would be dope.
Yeah.
Anything you make me, homie. It's very, very much welcomed.
We'll slowly build you a set of armor.
Mishmash work of like Elder Scrolls style. Like, hey, I got this piece. I got this piece. So. Yeah. Well, that being the case, thank you guys all for hanging out tonight. I'm actually gonna play us out. Oh, by the way, actually, we do have to offer up a rest in peace to Well, I don't even know the motherfucker's name, but if you ever watched the Highland, no, but him too. I was actually thinking if you've ever watched the Highlander TV show, the guy who played Richie, the young apprentice, died. Fucking volumes echoes.
Sorry, I was doing pinkies in chat. No, I used to watch that. Series.
Well, no. Here's the weird thing: the guy who played Richie, he died today. He was 51, and he died. That's young. Stan Kirsch, that's it. Yes, because I was thinking Emil Hirsch, but that wasn't it. So, well, rest in pepperonis. Much love to our dear Richie. May you find your quickening in the next life. So, I'm going to run. For those who aren't subscribed, you're going to see a 60-second ad break. And for those who are subscribed, you're going to see what this weird shit Vernacular sent me. I'm going to hang up now in Discord, and I'm going to jump off in the general, and I will catch you guys all on Friday for another show. Much love once again to Mickey Ficky for the $5 super chat. Larry Kubiak for everything he does for this show. Crab for his $3 and his Kiwi Pizza comment. Goose $10 saying he hates Dave Rubin. You don't need to pay me $10 to say you hate Dave Rubin, but I will take $10 to hear that you hate Dave Rubin, because that guy sucks. Also, thank you to the anonymous gifter of the so many subscriptions here tonight. And with that being the case, this has been Midweek. I pulled it off. It fucking worked. I can't believe it. Good night. I love you all, and let's see what this is about.
So, and we also talked back then about the fact that your phone number showed up with calls to him, to Lev Parnas, in a list of data numbers, and you said that you didn't recall speaking with him, or whether it was on your cell phone or your office phone. Have you figured out the answer to any of those questions?
And if you recall, that was brand new when that had come out when I came on your show.
That's
because
right.
I just didn't know the name, this name Parnas. So what I always like to remind people is we are dealing with people every day. We're an oversight committee. So we have incoming calls that come to my office, to my cell phone, et cetera, et cetera. And then you know now that he had called my cell phone. And I didn't know his name. I didn't remember the name, but I did remember going back, looking at where I was at the time, because you can do that now. You actually know where you physically are. Checked it with my records,
right.
And it was very clear. I remember that call, which was very odd, random, talking about random things. And I said, great, just talk to my staff, and boom, 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 and which is
so there was no
normal,
discussion about the
procedure.
Ukrainian ambassador. Was there any discussion about the Ukrainian ambassador and the fact that she should be removed in that call?
Well, the first time I remember the name Yovanovitch, the ambassador, was not until this impeachment sham started. You have to remember what I would guess I would be interested at that time, and we still have an ongoing investigation into what the Clinton campaign, specifically Fusion GPS and others, who in Ukraine they were working with and why they were involved in the Russia hoax. And now the Democrats have denied that, but it is very clear that the Democrats were heavily involved in getting Ukrainians to talk about dirt and dig up dirt on Trump campaign officials.
And that is what Rudy Giuliani says he was reaching out to President Zelensky to discuss, and a lot of that has brought us to where we are today as we watch.
You have to remember.
You gotta let it all